Name is Mabule Mutapo. I'm your host for today, and I'm here with my co-host.
Hello guys, this is Matale and I'm happy to do today's podcast episode.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the handsome Jim Mankale Maseta. If you cannot enunciate my middle name, that's okay. I do not fault you. My parents were very petty strict. Now, thank you for joining the podcast. I'm gonna be giving it back to Mr. Mwako over there.
Our topic for today is pandemic and global challenges. Lessons on COVID-19. Lessons we learned from COVID-19. So, guys, do you guys think we really learned from what we experienced in 2019, if not 2020, on the COVID-19 issue?
You know, now that I think about it, the only way to test our knowledge on if we learned about the COVID-19 outbreak would be for us to have another pandemic. And I don't wish that on anybody. So we will just have to be to believe that we have learned and wish for no more pandemics. That is, we can only wish because we cannot predict the future. What about you, Mrs. Magiti? Do you think we have learned from this?
Yeah, I think we have learned to appreciate one another a bit more because eventually we are all gonna die. So I also think COVID-19 has taught us to take note of the changes in our body. If the symptoms, if
Yes,
you know you're
yes.
not feeling well, you should really take action and take it very, very quickly.
And other people had to learn the hard way.
Yes.
They had to learn the hard way about personal space. While the pandemic outbreak was happening, we knew the rules, and one of them was keep it 6 feet. And that is the range of the spread if somebody is coughing or they have these symptoms. Back to you, Mr. Mako.
Guys, if another pandemic strikes tomorrow, do you think the world will act or will act differently, or will it repeat itself from what happened?
The way I see it is that the only way to figure that out is for it to happen. That's what I keep saying. But there are some people who are prepared or were making preparations for another pandemic. Are they paranoid? I do not know. Or they're just making preparations because they're used to that type of routine of making preparations. I would say some will be prepared for another outbreak, but some would not, or some would throw it off as rumors from the internet. Unless the only way to know if we're prepared is if the information we get about the pandemic is from the news and from the grannies they get it from the radios, because that's our most trusted source.
Yes.
That's when we
then
act.
we would know that the information is verified and it's true. Yeah. And then what do you think the world has done wrong during COVID-19?
I think misinformation and vaccine inequality has made things difficult for people to adapt to that situation. So I feel like if we have addressed those issues, like maybe in a very professional way, I think there wouldn't have been issues at all.
No, I understand. Corruption is the root of all governments. So it seems like we have to work our way up throughout this corruption for us to not be lacking when the next pandemic hits.
This virus was first discovered in China back in 2019. What do you think the country was trying to do for inventing such a deadly thing?
Was it invented, or was it actually real?
I think they were experimenting. And then one thing led to another, and that was it.
So guys, when the world shut down in 2020, like everyone promised that the world will be back to normal. So do you guys think they kept their promise?
No, the world is not back to normal.
Yeah, the world is definitely not back to normal. The people who died because of this are not gonna come back.
No, we're dealing with a
So
lot of
no,
it.
nah.
Now the world is not normal, but the rich got richer and the greedy got greedier. Don't
Yeah.
forget, they didn't see this pandemic as something simple. They saw it as a business opportunity.
Yes.
For example, you want a vaccine, you can go buy it. If you have medical aid, you can go, you pay for it. You have it. So there, if you're rich, early access to the vaccine.
At the end of the day, you're spending, so it's business for them.
It's business for them.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. How did COVID-19 change your understanding on global health?
Ooh, my understanding on global health.
Yes.
It showed us that while some things are happening in another country, it doesn't mean they won't happen. Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it won't happen in your
In
country.
your own country.
Even though the virus was first discovered in China.
It still reached other countries.
Yeah.
So guys, like in Europe, they handled COVID-19 in a different way compared to Africa.
How?
Do you think we could do better?
How
like
did they?
in distributing
The vaccines.
providing us with necessary information and giving us necessary equipment to help ourselves, like maybe proper facilities and maybe.
So South Africa was buying these things from
Of course they are.
So some countries were donating all those things.
Some.
to other
Yeah.
countries.
Especially Russia. I think Russia was donating more vaccines to our country.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it would be logical to assume that since the country has been allegedly said to be in debt,
Yes.
they did buy these, or would it be from loans? So we're working with assumptions here.
Yeah, they probably got a loan to just take care of this matter. Yeah.
So do you guys think the world was prepared for
No.
such a pandemic?
Now imagine fighting an invisible enemy.
But I think they are more alert now that should something like this ever happen,
There are
This
steps
is-
to take.
yeah, this is the insurance.
So do you think the World Health Organizations helped us to deal with this?
Yeah, they did, because I think it was one of the few pages that you can rely on when it came to information about the disease.
Okay.
Or these are the side effects. If you feel like this, you should do this. You should quarantine and stuff. Yeah, I think WHO was one of the few pages that you can definitely get information, reliable information from. So yeah, they
And
helped.
with that information, look at us now. We are in the clear throughout that pandemic.
So do you guys think if we had a good global, maybe like a good global leadership, do you think we could have dealt with the issue more better?
Actually, that one is tricky because it depends on the people and the leadership. If the people don't get along with the leadership, then they're gonna riot. If the leadership is greedy, it's not gonna provide the services to the individuals that need those services. But if we coexist, then if we cooperate, then it would have been handled effortlessly. But as past videos, past news have shown, is that we are an easily angered species. We take everything with ego, pride, and somebody's gonna be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want this shot. I don't want this. And then somebody takes their side, and then it creates multiple choices of we can take the vaccine. We don't want to take the vaccine. We will fight against those who wants to do the vaccine and all that.
But I think that despite the fact that we are the nation and we somehow depend on the state for such situations, I think you should think for yourself, man. If they say there is a pandemic and then these are the precautions you need to take, stay away. Like do the social distancing thing. Like do as you're told until the matter is.
So what lessons can be learned from how misinformation was spread online?
Is that you need to know which sources are verified.
Yeah,
Go
like
to a verified
your
source.
World Health Organization.
Yes, like
That
your
guys-
SABCs,
Yes.
SABC 1, 2, is there SABC 3?
Yes,
SABC
yeah.
3.
Those
your
are
ETV.
those are the pages you can always follow for information if there is a problem globally.
And don't forget your local radio stations.
Yeah, Tobela
So,
FM, what.
so guys, do you think the media did enough to educate the public?
Yes. And they even integrated that into schools.
Yeah.
When I went to primary while I was going to pick up my brother, they were singing the rules. Imagine that, which means the media had done its job in providing the information and keeping those young ones safe. When you
The
get
media was also the one that alerted people that there are false information. You shouldn't. There are certain pages that you shouldn't rely on for information. These are the trusted.
So how can journalists improve communication in future global health emergencies?
Communication has come a long way. I think for now, the improvement is that we have instantaneous messaging. We can go live and provide the information. The only way to know about that is for the new innovations to come true.
And be implemented. They should be taken into action.
So dealing with women and social impact, do you think COVID-19 has affected us mentally, like our mental health?
Yes, it has. People have lost their loved ones who ago. Like this thing, them. It has mentally drained us. Oh, wow.
All right, that one I can. I don't have much experience on that, but that one sounds logical.
So did lockdown restrictions permanently reshape how we live? and
Of
work?
course they did. Some people were able to find online jobs. Some people now prefer to work from home because it keeps them closer to their families, because that's what COVID was doing, taking away families.
On the other side, others have lost jobs because of the pandemic.
And they learned to become entrepreneurs
Yeah.
through the pandemic while doing it online.
So do you guys think COVID-19 has changed how we view working essential workers, like the nurses?
Yeah, I think I have a lot of respect for health practitioners right now, considering the fact that being in that department during that scary situation was a risk for them. They risked their lives to like take care of patients that were infected, so it was a risk for them. That's what I respect them for.
I also respect them because some of them worked in harsh conditions.
Yes.
Imagine working in the heat,
Yeah.
wearing a, what is it called? I think.
Not even the government was like providing enough equipment for them to.
Cover up.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So guys, do you think the vaccines will reshape trust in science?
Yes. Because if a vaccine was able to defeat an enemy that we had no hope of defeating, I would believe more and more in science. Because science developed it to combat this disease. So we are now safe. And now I'm like, yes, science.
For me, this virus was created for a purpose, guys. That is why for me,
We're here for conspiracy theories, but let's go.
it's a discussion. We are.
Yes, we are discussing.
So guys, in a way, do you think politics have shaped or dealt with the situation like more in a proper way?
Technically, politicians they are not responsible for.
Yes.
But the government is, which means the ruling party is the one that is responsible for the
funding and
vaccines,
all
the
that.
air.
So locally, do you think our own president or our own government did enough? But then I think they did.
Yeah, he
According
tried.
to my view, I think the only thing our president did in the last 6 years that he did very well
is to combat this COVID-19 thing. Yeah,
I think he really did well.
because everybody was accounted for the shots, for the COVID-19 shots. Everyone was going. They were like, under 18, you're coming.
Yeah.
Over 18, you're coming for your COVID shot. Everybody took a shot.
Yes.
So that's how effective it was. It reached everyone. Every school, you had to take a shot.
You can imagine the pressure on him as a leader. So
That time, not now. That time.
yeah, that time.
Also, I think it's because of survival instinct. That person knew that, hey, if I contract this disease without dealing with it, it would endanger me and my family. But now that it's over, they went back to getting lucky.
So guys, in a way, you believe the pandemic was created for vaccines to be sold.
Yeah,
to
it's
other
it's
countries.
business.
It's business.
For
even though
profit.
even though I think the virus was created to maybe decrease bargain
The population.
population in China, but you know the results after that, the vaccines, that it's all business. It was just, I think it was just a plan.
No, actually, it's so logical.
Yeah.
Imagine creating a problem that will solve your issues,
Yes.
and then you solve that problem, and then that problem gives you profit. You see,
So it's a good business.
it's a
It-
good
it-
business,
it was.
but morally it's not.
Yeah.
Morally,
It's not, because it gambled with people's lives.
But then, did it really exist? Like really
It
COVID-19
did.
was
It
there?
did.
Apparently, the coronavirus was experimented in a very small town, and I don't know, whoever they experimented on contacted to another person to, just like that.
that's how rapid it was.
Yeah.
So, in your view, what made COVID-19 so unique?
The symptoms seemed harsher because now I forgot why they put something into your nose, but that must have been a painful experience. It was painful. It created a lot of grief because
Yeah.
of the mass killings.
Yeah.
So that's the physical part. What about the practical part?
Explain.
The
Like
fact
having
that
to wear masks,
Oh.
yeah,
having to take vaccines, having to stay
having
at
to stay
home.
at home,
Mm.
especially on education, the fact that we had to now adapt to online thingy,
Okay.
and yeah.
So do you think it's okay how we lived during the COVID period? Must we adapt to that life, or must we go back to the normal life that we're used to? Must we stay indoors? Must we attend online? Must we work
My
online?
brother,
Must
we have
wear masks?
already adapted
Yeah.
to that.
But then
I still see
but
some.
then I feel like we're slowly going back to normal. And I feel like we've reached that stage.
I think it's also okay to match the two different lives. For educational purposes, we can still go to campus and have contact classes, but at the same time, we need to know how to use the technology to also advance the
The classes, yes.
yeah.